Okay, so guys, let's come back to the NPFL. For those who saw our preview of match day 34, so now let's look at the review of match day 34. Of course, one game pending anyway, but then let's look at the other games played. One game played on Saturday, and of course, 8 games were played on Sunday. Guess what? Kwara United. That's why I'm wearing their jersey. Kwara went to Ibadan, picked a draw, picked a point. They struggled, they fought, they played, and they did everything to get a draw, and they got a point. I mean, that was a big one. The game between Shooting Stars and Kwara, always full of emotion, and these battles on the pitch. But guess what? Kwara got a point, and that point, to tell you how important one point is, that point has taken them off the bottom 4. So Kwara United, I mean, they play in Lagos, they fought hard, got that point in Ibadan. Then Bayelsa lost at home, and guess what? Kwara's point in Ibadan has moved them out of the bottom 4. Bayelsa lost at home to Wiki. Wiki in the bottom 4 has dragged Bayelsa into that bottom 4. So Bayelsa find themselves in the bottom 4. What about Rivers United? Well, Rivers, of course, back on top. Rivers did so well, got their victory at home, and so Rivers back on top. They've pushed Rangers, but then Rangers still chasing them. But before we talk about Rangers, check this out, guys. Sports shop. We sell jerseys, retro jerseys. That's a Man U jersey shop. Remember, Arsenal, JVC. Yeah. We sell retro jerseys. You can reach out to us nationwide, supply nationwide, wherever you are in Nigeria. Sure, we'll get it to you. JK Sports Shop will give you the best of football fashion. So let's come back to the league, and I talked about Rangers. Rangers drew away, second position. They drew away, and that point at Mina, where they played Niger Tornadoes, another very, very important point for Rangers. Ikorodu. Guess what? Kano Pillars came calling. For those who saw the preview, last season it was 4-1 for Ikorodu. Most of their players, guys who scored the goals, I mentioned Harrison Zondo, I mentioned Shola Adelani, of course, Rabiu also helped with an own goal before Ayomide Cole scored. This time around, there's a new sheriff in town, Joseph Arumala, who was totally in charge. He had 11 goals before this game, got his 12th goal for Ikorodu, and is now the top scorer in the league. Other guys scored goals, of course, super sub Fulani came in and of course got an assist, but then it was Ikorodu all the way. 1 goal in the first half, 2 goals in the second half, and it was 3-0 for Ikorodu. What about Kon Khalifa? 3-0. They gave Warri Wolves, and Kon Khalifa still at the bottom, but the guys are struggling and holding on to anything they can hold on to. Kon Khalifa fighting really, really hard to prove that they want to stay back. I like to see what happens the time ahead, but then let's know your team. Check the table, the league table, NPFL league table after match day 34. Let's know where your team is. The next video is coming.